Modern Times, a silent film directed by, written by, and starring Charlie Chaplin, is released. Modern Times is a 1936 American silent comedy film written and directed by Charlie Chaplin, in which his iconic Little Tramp character struggles to survive in the modern, industrialized world. The film is a commentary on the desperate employment and financial conditions many people faced during the Great Depression, conditions created, in Chaplin's view, by the efficiencies of modern industrialization. The movie stars Chaplin, Paulette Goddard, Henry Bergman, Tiny Sanford, and Chester Conklin. It is notable for being the last time that Chaplin portrayed the tramp character, and for being the first time Chaplin's voice is heard on film. In 1989, Modern Times was one of the first 25 films selected by the Library of Congress for preservation in the United States National Film Registry for being culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant. In 2003, it was screened out of competition at the Cannes Film Festival. The tramp works on an assembly line, where he suffers greatly due to the stress and pace of the repetitive work. He eventually suffers a nervous breakdown and runs amok, getting stuck within a machine and throwing the factory into chaos. He is then sent to the hospital. Following his recovery, the now unemployed tramp is mistakenly arrested in a communist demonstration. In jail, he accidentally ingests smuggled cocaine, and in his subsequent delirium, he avoids being put back in his cell. When he returns, he stumbles upon a jailbreak and knocks the convicts unconscious, for which he is hailed as a hero and given special treatment. When he is informed that he will soon be released due to his heroic actions, he argues unsuccessfully that he prefers life in jail. Upon release, he applies for a new job with a shipbuilder but leaves after causing an accident. Soon after, he runs into an orphaned girl, Ellen, Paulette Goddard, who is fleeing the police after stealing a loaf of bread. Determined to go back to jail and to save her from arrest, the tramp tells the police that he is the thief and asks to be arrested, but a witness reveals his deception and he is freed. He then eats an enormous amount of food at a cafeteria, without paying to get arrested, and once again encounters Ellen in a paddy wagon after he is put in it. It soon crashes, however, and she convinces him to escape with her. The tramp then gets a job as a night watchman at a department store and encounters 3 burglars led by Big Bill, a fellow worker from the factory, who explains that they are hungry and desperate. After sharing drinks with them, he wakes up the next morning during opening hours and is arrested once again for failing to call the police on the burglars and for sleeping in the store's clothes on a desk, shocking a customer and the storekeeper. He is released 2 weeks later and learns that Ellen is now a cafe dancer. She gets him a job as a singer and waiter but goes about his duties clumsily. During his floor show, he loses his cuffs, which bear the lyrics to his song, but he rescues the act by improvising the lyrics using gibberish and by pantomiming. When the police arrive to arrest Ellen for her earlier escape, the two are forced to flee again, and Ellen despairs that their struggles are all pointless, but the tramp reassures her. At bright dawn, they walk down the road towards an uncertain but hopeful future. Chaplin began preparing the film in 1934 as his first talkie, and went as far as writing a dialogue script and experimenting with some sound scenes. However, he soon abandoned these attempts and reverted to a silent format, with synchronized sound effects and sparse dialogue. The dialogue experiments confirmed his long-standing conviction that the universal appeal of his Little Tramp character would be lost if the character ever spoke on screen. Most of the film was shot at silent speed, 18 frames per second, which when projected at sound speed, 24 frames per second, made the slapstick action appear even more frenetic. The duration of filming was long for the time, beginning on October 11, 1934, and ending on August 30, 1935. Chaplin biographer Jeffrey Vance has noted, Chaplin recognized that Modern Times was the valedictory for the tramp, and deliberately included many gags and sequences as a loving farewell to the character.